Hello and welcome to Nationwide. I am Olajide Bello. Remember, you can watch this broadcast live on our website nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen. The federal government, through the National Inland Waterways Authority, has donated ambulance boats to Gbajibo community in Mokwa local government area of Niger State. Musa Mikhail reports that the donation is aimed at bringing quick rescue operations in the event of boat mishaps in Gbajibo and its adjoining communities.
Gbajibo community in Mokwa local government area of Niger State. This community has in the last 2 years lost more than 200 lives to boat mishap.
This ugly trend prompted the National Inland Waterways Authority NIWA's intervention with the donation of ambulance boats for emergency rescue operations, even as it stepped up enlightenment campaign on the danger of overloading, use of life jackets, as well as danger of night travel, identified as major cause of boat mishaps. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer at NIWA, Bola Oyibamiji, assured the communities of NIWA's commitment to zero waterways accident.
We are hoping it will not do much work, because if it's going to do much work, that means there will be more accident. We are praying there will be zero accident. So if there is zero accident, then this water ambulance will not do much. But the ferry boat, by the time it comes, that will be able to carry more passengers.
Well, this it means very, very important to us, because it will save the life of our community. We have shortage of life jackets. We need more.
The donation of the ambulance boat is coming on the heels of promise made by the Managing Director Bola Oyibamiji during a condolence visit to the community. Musa Mikhail, NTA News.
The Renewed Hope initiative of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on food security is a significant milestone to actualizing the country's socio-economic target, says Abuja State Governor Bala Mohammed, who hailed the initiative during an inauguration of the Irrigate Nigeria project. Awal Abdullahi has details.
This 30,000 hectares of dry season rice farm is demarcated for the transformative agricultural initiative in Gamawa local government area of Bauchi State. As part of the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, the project, under the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure (NASENI), is aimed at reducing hunger, creating jobs, and improving the country's economy.
The Irrigate Nigeria project will empower Nigeria's farmers and rural economies. By increasing the quantity and quality of harvest, farmers and farming communities will see increased incomes. Nigerian consumers will benefit through reduced prices that will result from increased availability of food.
Bauchi State is fully committed to this noble vision. We will continue to invest in human capital, technology, and innovative agricultural policies to make Nigeria self-sufficient in food production as per the vision of Mr. President.
The commissioning of the project has also served as the official launching of the branded Tinubu rice. In Bauchi, Awal Abdullahi, NTA News.
Katsina State and the Qatari government have strengthened their bilateral ties, paving way for cooperation in education, healthcare and infrastructure development. The partnership was marked by the inauguration of Qatar Street, named by Governor Dikko Radda in honor of the Gulf nation. Awal Haliru reports.
The ceremony, which showcased the rich cultural heritage of Katsina State, featured performances by traditional boxing teams and cultural groups. The event highlighted the deepening cultural exchange between Qatar and Katsina State. The inauguration of Qatar Street, named by Governor Dikko Radda, is a symbol of deepening relationship between Katsina State government and the state of Qatar.
The road in the state named Qatar Street, a significant moment for the Katsina State and the state of Qatar.
This partnership is expected to bring significant developmental projects to the state, building on existing collaborations in health and education.
This is only the beginning in terms of what Qatar can do for the state and also Katsina State engagement. Because for us, our culture and heritage is very present here today.
This strengthened partnership is expected to usher in a new era of growth with more developmental projects slated for the state. In Katsina, Awal Halaru, NTA News.
And as Ramadan fast enters second day, the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Abdullahi Umar Ganduji, has felicitated Muslim Ummah in Nigeria and around the world at the holy month of Ramadan. A statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary, Edwin Olofu, the national chairman, said Ramadan is a time for spiritual rejuvenation, introspection and renewal, and pray Allah to grant Muslims the strength and wisdom to observe the fast with devotion and sincerity. The APC national chairman said as Muslims observe the fast, they should not forget to assist the poor and vulnerable and reach out to them with kindness, compassion and generosity. He urged Nigerian Muslims to offer prayers for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, seeking divine guidance, strength and wisdom to successfully implement his renewed hope agenda, which promises to bring about positive transformation to the lives of all Nigerians. The need for Muslims to use the period of the holy month of Ramadan to reflect on their lives for spiritual growth to enhance love, peace, mutual respect and understanding for the benefit of humanity has been re-emphasized at the 2025 annual Ramadan lecture organized by NTA Learning, themed Challenges of Survival and the Need to Be Our Brother's Keeper. The sub-theme explores the do's and don'ts in the holy month of Ramadan. Shola Wahid reports.
To endure.
The guest lecturer, Professor Yusuf Larry Badnos, a professor of Islamic studies, emphasized the importance of maximizing the opportunities of the holy month of Ramadan to reach out to the less privileged in the society.
Will resort to unlawful activities because you want to survive? No. If you do that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to punish you.
To be kind and to follow all the commandments of the Almighty Allah.
And I believe that our country will be better if all of us believe in what we're doing and we promote coexistence. It's necessary. History, geography has bound us together. So why don't we learn to live as one?
Key word in this month is compassion and charity for the poor.
General Manager NTA Ilorin, Tony Alade Atomode, expressed appreciation to those who have been supporting the station in the discharge of its corporate social responsibility for national unity and development. The lecture was well attended by members of Islamic societies, guests, friends of NTA, as well as students of some invited schools. In Ilorin, Shola Wahid, NTA News.
And Ramadan provides an opportunity for rebirth of souls, for redemption and emancipation from Allah's punishment on transgressors. As the Muslim faithful begin the obligatory 1 month of fast, religious correspondent Abdullahi Ajia reminds us of the significance of the month of blessings.
In the consensus and explanations of Islamic scholars, the glorious Quran and Hadith of Prophet Muhammad are sufficient on the obligation of the holy month of Ramadan, which they say entails the deliberate abstinence from sexual desires, eating and drinking from dawn to sunset, with the intention to worship Allah, who has promised a special reward for those who fervently fast in the first, second, and last 10 days of the month. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic lunar calendar, with a spiritual package and a turning point for mankind, who is expected to maximize the enormous bounties, mercy, and favors of Allah. Nigerian Muslims will be observing this year's Ramadan with high expectations for improved social, economic, and security well-being. In Abuja, Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
Now let's join William for updates from Maiduguri. Good afternoon, William. Over to you.
Good afternoon, Olajide, and thank you. Welcome to Maiduguri. The Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, has extended humanitarian support to people living with disabilities and other vulnerable groups in Maiduguri. Fatima Isa reports.
As part of its ongoing commitment to supporting communities affected by conflict in the Northeast, the NEDC has distributed essential relief materials to ease the suffering of vulnerable groups and improve their living condition, especially during the month of Ramadan. More than 250 food and non-food items were provided to beneficiaries, including people with disabilities, vulnerable women and children, among the most affected by the humanitarian crisis in the region. The distribution exercise held in Maiduguri was overseen by the state coordinator of the NEDC, who presented essential supplies to those in need.
Last year, what we did was to get some few numbers, but this time around we expand our horizon of need assessment and we get more beneficiaries, and today they are here benefiting from this Ramadan gesture.
To go a long way to supplement the government effort that they are really doing. Keeping or maintaining people living with disability needs a wider range, and whatever the government is doing, they are doing their best, and the coming in of Northeast Development Commission intervention is a plus.
Items distributed include 25 kg bags of rice, cartons of spaghetti, gallons of vegetable oil, blankets, wrappers, and other relief materials. With this initiative, the NEDC continues to play a crucial role in alleviating hardships and ensuring that vulnerable groups in Maiduguri and beyond receive necessary support to improve their well-being. In Maiduguri, Fatima Isa, NTA News.
And now, in a bid to enhance productivity and efficiency in civil service, the Borno State government has organized a 2-day intensive training for selected civil servants. Mirjana Hassan reports.
The training, which focused on information and communication technology, ICT, and computer applications, aims to equip participants with essential skills to improve their performance. Organized by the Office of the Head of Service, Borno State, is part of the state government's 25-year development plan on human capital development. Participants were trained on how to leverage ICT and computer applications to improve efficiency, transparency, citizen engagement, and economic growth.
Information age era.
Maria Haruna and their likes said the training is morale booster aimed at exposing the participants to global best practices in the civil service.
It's a well-organized workshop which all of us are able to practice what we have been taught.
This is an information era, and the government needs to digitalize every aspect of its own work.
Representative of the Head of Service, Principal Consultant Professor Shehu Mustafa Libati, and other stakeholders commended the state governor's commitment to human development, particularly in the ICT, emphasizing the importance of institutionalized digital literacy.
The knowledge acquired during the training will have a lasting impact on the participants and will reposition the civil service.
The participants should allow their mind to be receptive and assimilate whatever they have been taught. It is only when you learn and know and equipped that you can practice well and give effective service delivery to the system.
Resource persons shared knowledge, experiences, and best practices in addressing real-world challenges using ICT and computer applications. In Maiduguri, Mirjana Hassan, NTA News.
And those are the reports from Maiduguri. We'll take our first break, after which Lagos, Awal is standing by in Lagos. Good evening.
I am Oluremi Tinubu, the global and national Stop TB champion. Many people have asked why I've chosen to champion the fight against a disease like tuberculosis. My reason stems from a deep personal experience. I once had a friend who unfortunately fell ill and concealed the nature of his sickness until it was too late. Eventually, after he passed, we discovered he had tuberculosis. Sadly, due to the stigma and discrimination surrounding the disease, he would not speak up or seek for help. His death was a painful reminder that we could have intervened and saved a life if only we had known earlier. Tuberculosis is an airborne disease that primarily affects the lungs, but can also impact other parts of the body. Being airborne means anyone, regardless of their social economic status, can contract it. In Nigeria, 1 person dies of TB-related illness every 7 minutes, amounting to 206 deaths every day. Globally, 1 person succumbs to TB every 25 seconds, which is a staggering 3,456 lives lost daily. These deaths are entirely preventable because TB is curable if detected and treated early. If you or someone you know has been coughing for 2 weeks or more, coughing up blood, experiencing night sweats, or losing weight drastically, it might be TB. Please visit the nearest government hospital or primary healthcare center for proper diagnosis and treatment. TB treatment is free in all government and some private health facilities. Let us also remember not to stigmatize or discriminate against TB patients or those who have been treated for TB. Individuals who have been cured of TB cannot infect others. I call on all stakeholders, especially the private sector, to join us in the fight to end TB in Nigeria. Together, we can make a difference. Remember, TB anywhere is TB everywhere. End TB by 2030. Yes, we can.
The NTA Lagos Network Center Muslim community most respectfully invite you to the 12th annual Malam Yusuf Jibo Ramadan lecture. Venue, NTA Lagos Network Center premises, Ahmadu Bello Way, Victoria Island, Lagos. Date, 2nd Saturday in the month of Ramadan, March 8th, 2025. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Chief host, Salihu Abdul Hamid Dembos. Principal host, Nick Onyishi. Spiritual father of the day, Sheikh Suleiman Abunola, Chief Imam of Lagos. Chairman of the day, Alhaji Abdul Latif Femi Okunu. Guest lecturer, Professor Abdul Kabir Olawale Paramole. Chief missionary, Jejewiyat Muslim Association of Nigeria and Overseas. Topic, Muslims and the economic realities of Nigeria. Guest lecturer 2, Alhaji Salmon Abiodun Sani, Chief Imam, Akimboro Central Mosque, Olorun Shogo, Mushin, Lagos. Topic, Islamic parenting, antidotes to social challenges in Nigeria. We look forward to receiving your usual considerable response to grace the occasion. For inquiries, call.
Nigeria is perched on the treasure trove of solid minerals. Gold, coal, tantalum, tin. But none is more critical to our future or the world's future like lithium.
Let's talk about illegal mining operations. What is our strategy?
Have you join us in Lagos? Tackling the menace of corruption in Nigeria requires synergy from relevant stakeholders, especially the media, whose agenda setting, accountability, and investigation rules can help unearth cases of graft and achieve the much-needed attitudinal change in the country. Chairman, Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission Musa Aliu at a forum with editors emphasized the need to strengthen the legislative framework to curb corruption. Joel Popola has the details.
The scorecard of the ICPC in year 2024 was quite encouraging, with more convictions secured and several assets recovered, according to the Commission. Sustaining the momentum of the last 1 year informed this engagement with editors to further give potency to the anti-graft crusade. The chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, Musa Aliyu, says parts of the Strategic Plan 2024 to 2028 and National Anti-Corruption Strategy is hinged on tracking and ensuring accountability in government-funded projects, and the Commission has successfully tracked about 1,500 projects valued at 605 billion naira. The agency is also planning to launch an anti-corruption program across the 774 local governments in the country to ensure accountability in the third tier of government, especially with the Supreme Court ruling on financial autonomy for local governments. A symbiotic relationship with the media, the chairman says, is crucial to achieve this.
Your investigative reports, analysis, and overall dedication to truth have helped in exposing corrupt practices. ICPC, under my leadership, prioritizes the protection of whistleblowers and the integrity of investigations, and transparency is a cornerstone of our work.
Senior journalists say the media, as the mirror of the society, will continue to collaborate with like minds to tackle corruption.
It is the media that will let the people understand the terrible impact that corruption has, not only on Nigeria as a country, but as individuals.
What we are doing is simply holding government officials accountable for their deeds.
Stakeholders agreed on sustaining their engagements and periodic reviews of the action plans to assess the level of progress. In Lagos, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
Operational efficiency of the Nigerian Air Force, which has earned it a leadership role in Africa's Air Force, and other international collaboration will be solidified with renewed commitment to capacity building and welfare of personnel. Chief of Air Staff Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar made this known at the inauguration of accommodation projects in Lagos. Again, Joel Popola has the report.
The visit by the Chief of Air Staff to Lagos is symbolic, with the state set to host the 4th African Air Forces Forum in May this year and the first ever International Air Show in December. Lagos is getting a fair share of attention and projects that will place Nigeria in a vantage position among the Committee of Nations. The inauguration of this officers' accommodation complex in GRA Ikeja by the Chief of Air Staff is expected to be a morale booster for more capabilities. The complex comprises one block of 6 two-bedroom flats and another block of 6 three-bedroom flats fully equipped.
Secure and comfortable home ensures that those who dedicate their lives safeguarding our sovereignty can return to an environment that offers stability, dignity, and peace of mind. This, in turn, enables them to focus on their duties. We have successfully constructed several residential quarters for officers, airmen, and airwomen, as well as other barracks, welfare infrastructure across Nigerian Air Force units.
Earlier, the Air Officer commanding the Logistics Command described the gesture as another giant stride that will serve as a springboard for excellence.
The provision of this state-of-art facilities for NAV personnel in Lagos has added another page in the history of Logistics Command, as it stands in recognition of efforts and overall morale booster of personnel.
The Chief of Air Staff also inaugurated the Corporal and Below Mess as part of efforts to provide a conducive environment for efficiency. In Lagos, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
Those are the stories from Lagos. It's back to Olajide in Abuja for more on Nationwide.
Many thanks, Awal, for your contributions from Lagos. Moving on now, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLA, have arrested a 42-year-old Angolan businessman at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, Kano, for attempting to traffic a large consignment of cocaine to Istanbul, Turkey. Sabu Khalil Ibrahim reports that this is among other interdictions in different parts of the country as part of the war against illicit substances across the country.
The suspect, who is from Angola, was arrested on Tuesday, 25th February 2025 at the screening point of the Kano airport while trying to board a plane to Istanbul, Turkey via Cairo. Body scan confirmed he ingested illicit drug, after which he expelled 120 pellets of cocaine weighing 1.829 kilograms in 7 excretions. A similar attempt by an auto spare part dealer to send 2 parcels of 1.10 kilogram cocaine concealed in vehicle propellers to Angola through the export shed of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, was also thwarted by NDLEA operatives who arrested him on Monday, 24th February 2025. At the Tinkan Seaport in Lagos, NDLEA operatives on Friday, 28th February, discovered a total of 128 parcels of Canadian loud concealed in 2 mattresses in the trunk of a Toyota Venza car imported from Canada. Owner of the shipment has been arrested and taken into custody. Operatives in Kwara State on Monday, 24th February, nabbed Ebenenua with 2,980 tablets of tramadol and dozens of diazepam pills at Eyin-Korin Expressway, Ilorin, Edo, Maiduguri, Ibadan, Zamfara and Kano State were among the flashpoints during the week under review. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
The partnership between the National Directorate of Employment and Operation Safe Corridor has become a beacon of possibility, proving that when skills meet second chances, peace has a stronger chance to bloom. The Director General, National Directorate of Employment, Silas Agara, affirmed this while playing host to the coordinator of Operation Safe Corridor, Yusuf Ali, and his team. The report. Operation Safe Corridor is a unique initiative designed to de-radicalize, rehabilitate and reintegrate former fighters back into the society. 4 years, Operation Safe Corridor had focused on psychological counseling, religious re-education and community forgiveness. But the NDE saw a gap. Many of the participants lacked practical skills to find work after leaving the camp, as without livelihoods, reintegration could fail.
We'll have the capacity, we'll have the manpower, we'll have the facilities that will enable smooth operation of those processes. And I want to assure you that not just because we are part of we will make our facilities open and available.
And so far, more than 2,190 have been rehabilitated so far, and they are doing well in the various communities.
While military strategy is useful to weaken the military capacity of terrorists, non-military strategies are advanced to tackle the underlying problems fueling terrorism to achieve a long-term peaceful outcome. Olajide. Over now to Port Harcourt, where Jenny is standing by. Jenny?
Thank you very much, Olajide. Some legal practitioners in Port Harcourt have welcomed the directive from Attorney General of the Federation to the Nigerian police banning parade of suspects in the media. This comes as they enjoined the authorities to enforce the order across the different security agencies. Kingsley Amajiri reports.
The issue of police parade of suspects before the media has remained a concern to human rights advocates over the years, arising from the perceived damage many innocent victims go through after such painful exercise.
In the process of parading these people and so on, the ordinary members of the public seeing those persons being paraded will readily jump into conclusion.
By virtue of Section 36, Sub 5 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, everybody is deemed innocent until the contrary is proven.
The latest directive from Nigeria's Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice directing the Nigerian police to discontinue the public parade of criminal suspects is changing the narrative in the nation's law enforcement procedure. To some, this will help build confidence for Nigeria's respect for human rights before the international community.
Key concern to the members of the populace and human rights advocates has been the implication of parading innocent citizens and what that will leave on the minds of the public if eventually that innocent citizen is discharged and acquitted.
We look at the impact of our society, our level of education, our level of understanding of these things. Most persons see and judge what they see on television as the truth. But because their mindset will be like, if the police is not sure of what they are doing, they wouldn't have paraded that person.
Legal practitioners who gave thumbs up for this federal government decision stressed that same standard operating procedure should apply to other law enforcement agencies. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
Nigerian advocates have raised concern over the spate of domestic violence and death associated with it in the country. They are of the view that a regular awareness campaign and stiffer penalties can help reduce the menace. Nkiru Onyejesi reports.
Domestic violence is a pervasive and deeply rooted problem affecting the world, and Nigeria is no exception. It is a form of abuse that occurs within the confines of relationships and marriages, primarily targeting women and children. Although recent reports have shown that men are also victims of domestic violence. However, Nigeria has taken significant steps to address domestic violence through agencies, legislative measures, and legal remedies.
Who are out there suffering from domestic violence, you just have to speak out. You have to come out and tell yourself that you have the right to live.
It's very, very wrong, because when you are beating your wife, you are also beating yourself, because the Bible says two of you are one.
Rachel Princewell is the publicity secretary of FIDA Rivers State. She notes that cultural and religious belief, as well as lack of financial support, are some factors that contribute to the prevalence of domestic violence in Nigeria.
There had been an increase in the state recently, which is disturbing. And addressing the menace for us in FIDA and what we do as female lawyers who have dedicated themselves and committed to the task to seeing that violence is brought to an abrupt end as much as possible.
She advised that people going through domestic violence should speak up through family, friends, or counselors to prevent incidents of death.
You can call somebody, you can talk to somebody. We listen to all of this and we go in to see the best we can do to have a healthy society.
In order to curb the menace of domestic violence in Nigeria, communities, religious groups, institutions, and government at all levels. In Port Harcourt, Nkiru Onyejesi, NTA News.
Those are the reports from Port Harcourt. Olajide is back to you in Abuja.
Nigeria Television Authority, NTA, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN, and Voice of Nigeria, VON, cordially invite the general public to its 19th annual Ramadan lecture. Topic: Faith, Politics and Power, the involvement of ulama in politics and its implications. Guest lecturer, Sheikh Maruf Onike Abdulaziz, Chief Missioner, NASFAT Worldwide. Chairman of the occasion, Idi Mukhtar Meha, Minister of Livestock Development. Special guest of honor, Muhammad Idris, Minister of Information and National Orientation. Royal Father of the Day, His Highness Mala Ahmed Nuhu Bamali, Emir of Zazzau. Chief host, His Excellency Malang Ubasani, the Executive Governor, Kaduna State. Host, Malan Salihu Abdul Hamid Dembos, Director General, NTA. Dr. Muhammad Bulama, Director General, FRCN. Malan Jibril Babandachi, Director General, Voice of Nigeria. Venue, Lumana Multipurpose Center, River Close, off Jabi Road East, off Sultan Road, Kaduna. Date, 8 March 2025. Time, 9 a.m. Inshallah. For partnership or advert placement. Announcer, Organizing Committee.
Have you
you heard the news? The federal government of Nigeria, through its direct benefit transfer program, has started the disbursement of 75,000 naira per household in 3 installments of 25,000, 25,000, 25,000 naira. Each recipient must have a validated national identification number, NIN, to receive the payment on behalf of their household members. To benefit, your household must be in the National Social Register of Poor and Vulnerable Households in Nigeria. The federal government's direct benefit transfer program is helping to reduce the effect of suffering while promoting financial and economic inclusion for the poor and vulnerable population in Nigeria.
Sunana Safiya Ismail, ni daga Gwagwalada Area Council a karkashin Giri, ina da yara 7 da mijina. Sana'ana sadda itace. Akwai damuwomi da yawa. Rashin kudi da musanta zaka ga itace zai kare ba kudi ne zaka siya wani an kira ni ayi Safiya Ismail nace yes come for your benefits at Angondo do Gwagwalada suka bani ATM din immediately na withdraw kudi na amma gaskiya kudin ya zo at the right time.
This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation, Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, in collaboration with the National Social Investment Programs Agency, National Social Safety Nets Coordinating Office, and the National Cash Transfer Office.
The glorious month of Ramadan is here once again, and your darling program, Sahur Life on NTA, is back bigger and better. Our team of erudite scholars is poised to provide insightful analysis into the religion. All our interesting segments have been redesigned to meet your spiritual needs in this blessed month. Come and maximize your reward in Ramadan by partnering with us on this year's edition of Sahur Live on NTA. For donations, sponsorship and inquiries, contact the General Manager, NTA Channel 5, Old Parade Ground, Area 10 Kauki, Abuja. You can also reach us on these telephone numbers 080-3314-7812, 080-3568-8394, or 080-33-806162. Sahur Live on NTA, your indispensable companion in Ramadan.
Welcome to Silver Oasis.
Silver Oasis, a TV series dedicated to aging and older persons in Nigeria. Be part of this series and discover the transformative programs crafted to give a new lease of life to our senior citizens, courtesy of the National Senior Citizen Center.
The National Senior Citizen Center is the oasis for the senior citizens.
For thought-provoking discussions on aging, geriatric social care, and issues that matter most to our senior citizens.
Silver Oasis.
Silver Oasis.
Silver Oasis.
Tune in to Silver Oasis on the network service of the NTA every Saturday at 10:05 p.m. Silver Oasis, improving the quality of lives of senior citizens.
Joining us in Makurdi. As the Ramadan fast commences globally, Muslim Ummah in Benue State have held special prayers for God's divine direction to Governor Hyacinth Alia's led administration and for peace in the state. Charles Abba reports that Muslim faithful from the 3 senatorial districts of the state participated in prayers led by the Chief Imam of the Benue State Central Mosque, Makurdi, Suleiman Habib.
The special prayers for Governor Hyacinth Alia witnessed convergence of chief imams and Islamic scholars comprising women and other faithful.
We recognize that leadership is a trust, and we therefore ask you, Ya Allah, to grant him sincerity, wisdom, and steadfastness on the bitter, on the Tokuta, On do Kwafa, Madam Fe, Semayera Away, Shati Wang, Hayagenia. Our no image, Nigate no yecho. Tigate no yecho no ne. Our no image, Nigate fo, Funu no yecho. Echiga moment.
Chief Imam of the Benue State Central Mosque, Sheikh Suleiman Habib, and the chairman, Muslims Pilgrims Welfare Board, Alhaji Abubakar Adamu said, the intercession is to ensure Governor Hyacinth Alia have a peaceful and successful administration. Governor Hyacinth Alia, represented by the Special Advisor on Political Affairs and Society, Apostle David Ajav, expressed appreciation for the prayers, which he described as apt.
As people of faith, we know that prayer is a powerful tool for promoting peace and unity.
Goodwill messages were delivered by Cynthia Dajo, wife of the Speaker, Benue State House of Assembly, representative of SSG, and the Muslim women leader, Ajia Shamsia Adamu. In Makudi, Charles Abba, NTA News.
Benue State is set to host the maiden edition of the Youth Summit of the City Boys Movement. Governor Hyacinth Alia gave the approval when he received the leadership of the City Boys Movement at Government House, Makudi. Elias Itiav has more.
The City Boy Movement is a forum of like minds with the mandate of driving President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope initiative in promoting innovations, entrepreneurial skills, and empowerment opportunities. The leadership of the group is in the state to interface with the governor in areas of collaborations and to request for the hosting of the North Central Youth Summit in Benue State.
We believe that all our collective efforts will yield a brighter future for the people of Benue State and Nigerians at large.
We'll be pushing for more youth in serious position of power, and that evidence is me standing in front of you. I've been in a high position at the executive level in the federal government as the senior special assistant to the president of community engagement for the North Central.
A city boy wants the city to grow. Has turned Benue State, has turned Makodi, especially to a construction site.
The planned summit, according to Governor Hyacinth Alia, will be of immense benefit to the youth of the state and the North Central region in general.
Thank you for this projection through the City Boy movement, a movement that by the clip I've seen here has very good, strong intent. First of all, to help the citizenry of the North Central, of Benue State in particular, and to put everyone on a good pedestal of understanding the need to retain our president for the second term.
The maiden edition of the youth movement, which is said to be on a later date, has a theme, Renewed Hope Agenda, Reawakening the Forgotten Yesterday. In Makudi, Elias Etiav, NTA News.
And that's it from Makudi. Nationwide continues with Olajide in Abuja.
Many thanks, Fatima, and let's talk some health matters here now. 8 persons have been reported dead following Lassa fever outbreak in Ebonyi State. The state epidemiologist, State Ministry of Health, Dr. Ugbona Nwambeke, made this disclosure while interacting with Samuel Okpo in Abakaliki. The report.
First outbreak of Lassa fever in Ebonyi State in January 2018, where many lives were lost due to lack of knowledge and facilities to contend with the viral disease. Lassa fever still reoccurs annually, though with a low prevalent rate. As a proactive measure towards tackling the disease, the government built a virology center where all viral diseases, including Lassa fever, are diagnosed and treated, with awareness campaigns and enlightenment on the causes and prevention of the disease. Despite these efforts, many citizens of the state still fall victim to Lassa fever. Currently, 15 cases are confirmed, out of which 8 have died, remaining 7 who are receiving treatment at the Virology Center at Abakaliki.
Current outbreak started at the peak of this season, sometime in December, in a 26-year-old male who resides in Abakaliki, up and here. The suspected diagnosed on the 30th and treatment commenced.
According to experts, chances of surviving Lassa fever are higher when it is reported within 1 week.
Aside that, for the treatment and the diagnosis, we have other challenges. We have challenges with respect to surveillance.
Lassa fever is a dangerous viral disease but could be cured if detected early. Submit yourself for a thorough medical checks anytime you begin to show severe symptoms of fever to save your life and those around you. In Abakaliki, Samuel Okpo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Jigawa State government has launched a bold initiative to tackle the rising cases of kidney disease in the state. Governor Umar Namadi announced this while inaugurating a free dialysis center at Gumel General Hospital. Muhammad Musa Askira reports that the move is a response to the alarming rate of death caused by chronic kidney disease in parts of the state.
Jigawa State has taken a significant step in combating chronic kidney disease with the establishment of a free dialysis center at the General Hospital in Gumel. The initiative, stakeholders say, is to alleviate the high rate of kidney disease in affected communities. Governor Umar Namadi says his administration is working to strengthen the state healthcare system, ensuring it benefits the people in the state. To achieve this, he notes, similar dialysis centers are being set up in Ringim, Kazaure and Dutse, providing unhindered access to healthcare services across different parts of the state.
The Gumel Dialysis Center is one great intervention successfully executed in response to the reported high number of patients with chronic kidney disease, often leading to recourse to dialysis. This most often leaves already financially exhausted and depressed family to bear the enormous cost of lifetime dialysis treatment. The center comprises of a full complement of requisite medical equipment, accessories and consumables that will last a long time, as well as a dedicated power source.
The governor's efforts have been commended by stakeholders who praise his administration for being pro-people and committed to improving healthcare services in Jigawa State. From Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
And away from health, integrating variable renewable energy for hydropower production has been described panacea to mitigating the challenges of power supply in Nigeria. This idea formed the basis of discussion by experts during the annual event of the Nigeria Society of Engineers in New Busa, Niger State. Abdullahi Ibrahim reports.
As experts across the engineering profession continue to evolve strategies on how best to address the irregular power supply in the country, the Nigerian Society of Engineers in New Busa played host to professionals and policymakers who exhaustively analyzed the integration of variable renewable energy sources such as solar and wind into hydropower production in Nigeria. They said the variables are the most accessible, available and affordable in the country.
We should take advantage of integrating solar power into hydropower production because the two can complement.
Nigerian engineers to come together to share ideas. I think we've had tremendous impact on some of the decisions taken by government.
Engineers are not always employed to man engineering facility.
While acknowledging the roles of Nigerian Society of Engineers in national development, they encouraged new members to uphold the ethics of the profession and be innovative in the field to achieve success. Other speakers who highlighted the challenges bedeviling the power sector advised government to address it as a matter of urgency towards achieving the desired economic transformation in the country. The uniqueness of this year's event showcased a critical assessment of hydropower alternatives and a detailed repertoire report. The team of engineers had earlier visited Jeba hydropower plant to acquaint themselves with the prospects of the power station. Abdullah Ibrahim, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu congratulates Latifa Olufunke Gbajabiamila on her 95th birthday, March 2nd, 2025. Olufunke Gbajabiamila is a revered leader, accomplished entrepreneur and philanthropist. She is also the mother of the President's Chief of Staff, Femi Gbajabiamila. President Tinubu celebrates Mama on this special occasion and extols her unmatched kindness, humility and unwavering dedication to serving God and humanity. The special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, in a statement says the President describes her as a formidable political force in Lagos and beyond, reflecting on her impactful service as the first elected female local government chairperson during the Lateef Jakonde administration. President Tinubu says Olufunke Gbajabiamila's name will undoubtedly stand out when chronicling the women who have left lasting marks on Nigeria's socio-political landscape. The President thanks Mama for her support and consistent prayers and asks God Almighty, whom she serves faithfully, to grant her many more years filled with joy, good health and laughter. As the world marks International Wheelchair Day, the Association of Accessibility Professionals reflects on the journey towards inclusivity and accessibility in Nigeria. The day serves as a reminder of the importance of creating a society that values and empowers all individuals regardless of their abilities. Gufan Shaji Ugwai reports.
Since its inception in 2008, International Wheelchair Day has provided a platform to promote a more positive perception of wheelchair users, address barriers encountered in daily life, and advocate equal opportunities and accessibility in public spaces. In Nigeria, this day is a call to action, urging policymakers, organizations and individuals to work together to break down barriers and create a more inclusive society.
Focal areas include advocacy for an inclusive and accessible built environment, accessible products and services. We are committed to ensuring that accessibility becomes a fundamental priority in the urban planning, infrastructure development and service delivery across Nigeria.
Wheelchair is not a stigma, anathema or curse, or a thing of shame as perceived by some section of the society.
The society is accessible to all. We will all live and enjoy Nigeria, and there will not be any reason for Jackpot syndrome.
As the Association of Accessibility Professionals celebrates International Wheelchair Day, they honor the contributions and achievements of wheelchair users in Nigeria and pledge to continue advocating for a barrier-free environment that promotes equality, justice, and human rights for all. In Abuja, Gufan Shaji Ugwanyi, NTA News.
For stories trending in the sporting world, let's join Oche Ngbede on Sport Update.
The Director General of the National Sport Commission, Bukola Olapade, has praised the Nigerian Aquatic Federation for hosting the inaugural Swim to Future Championship in Abuja. The tournament, which is designed for primary and secondary school children aged 6 to 14, the DGC outlined with President Bola Tinubu's vision for sports development. He emphasized the importance of nurturing young athletes early, while taxing the Federation to organize a national competition that will provide an opportunity to scout and develop young talents who can represent Nigeria on the global stage.
This goes straight into the fabric of what Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has put myself and Malam Shehu Diko, the chairman of the commission, here to do, which is to galvanize young people, starting from these ages, to be involved in sports, and from here to move on to the elite cadre, and of course create a way of life for them through the sports that they have been giving talent to understand and to enjoy.
Yes, the aim has been achieved because we've been able to catch them young, and the competition has been very exciting for the children. Outside the excitement, the children are also happy to win medals.
Moro Ojomo, fresh from his Super Bowl victory with the Philadelphia Eagles, has announced plans to launch a sport academy in Nigeria. Ojomo, who was born in Lagos before moving to the USA, says he hopes to provide young Nigerian athletes with the resources to succeed in sports, particularly American football and flag football. Fenerbahce manager Jose Mourinho's 4-match suspension has been halved by the Turkish Football Federation following a review of the club's appeal. Mourinho was handed a fine and a ban over his comment about Turkish referee after a game at rival Galatasaray, where he criticized the match official in a press conference. The Portuguese manager will now return for Fenerbahce's Super League match against Hazanspor on March 16. Fenerbahce are currently second on the Turkish Super League, 6 points behind fellow Istanbul side Galatasaray. With sports update, Oche Ngbede, NTA News.
And that's it on Nationwide. Many thanks for being a part of it. I am Olajide Bello.